that put that together. So that was
Well,
actually the second one we've done. So next year will be the third annual. So Elevate Your Legacy event. So if we can make that happen, that it'll be the third annual. So be looking forward to that.
already up. I'm going to put it on my calendar. Let me know the date.
Yeah, so good. So we'll let everyone know when that's going to happen, though. But yeah, thank you for being here, everyone. This is an opportunity for us to set our week in motion, get things going. Uh, First off, want to say, did you guys have a good weekend? Was your open houses successful? Any celebration items before we jump right into it? Because this is the short one. Remember, huddles are 15 minutes, 30 minutes max. Anyone want to share any success stories though over the weekend?
I entered a contract on a duplex. We're going to escrow this morning.
Ooh, way to go, Teddy. Awesome. Great to hear.
And
Congratulations.
it was really tough because I'm working with a relative. Those are
Oh,
the hardest ones.
yeah. Well, that's business of relationships, friends, family, relatives. What else you gonna do, right?
I took a little bit of a cut on my commission, but that's all right.
Yeah, so good. Well, it happens. Very good. Congratulations. Any other celebration items? That's a good one.
I got a new book in the mail I'm starting to read.
Hey, there it is. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I got a little personal in the beginning part of that, so I hope it doesn't bore you.
It actually I'm reading it and I'm like, wow, it sounds like Sean and I had a very similar life. But I mean, we kind of know that
Well,
already.
we are twin brothers,
Right.
so you know, it's awesome. So cool. Thanks, man, for sharing that. I've been very humbled by that. I've had so many people reach out saying they want me to sign it and all this stuff, and I'm like, what? That is so cool. Thank you so much. It's just totally making me feel good. And it's just a little thin book, but hey, it's packed with some good stuff, and it kind of brings the Bible into what we're doing here as real estate agents. It's a service. Truly is. We're serving people. Thank you so much, Paul. Anyone else have any good success stories for over the weekend?
I landed a potential bill job up in McCall this weekend. So anyways, it was from a post. Yeah, no, it was from a post from another property that I'd sold up there for one of my friends. And so somebody had reached out and said, "Hey, you got a good builder up in Idaho or up in McCall?" And I said, "Yep." And so they said, "Well, here's some lots. Go pull some information on them for us, and we want to talk about building with them." So that could be a pretty cool one. So up in Whitetail.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
A good build. Yeah, that's a big one, guys. You guys want any knowledge on building? There's Tony Larson right there. He can help you with that. Developing. All right. Anything else? Can you guys see this whiteboard?
Yes.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm gonna I'm gonna just throw it on here real quick. Um, as we do this, though, I would love to hear one. Let's just go. If you're on here, you must speak up. Okay. You must speak up to this. Okay. You've got to say this. I want to know, each and every one of you, how many buyers and sellers do you currently have in your pipeline? What is a pipeline? It's coming soon. These are people that have told you that they do want to buy or they do want to sell someday. Give me a number. Throw it out or type it in the group chat. What is your number in your pipeline right now? Because
Sean,
go
Sean,
ahead.
are you asking? Oh, sorry. Sean, are you asking like how many buyers do we have signed rep agreements with, or how
Nope,
many
I'm
people?
not. I'm not. Sign
Okay.
rep is so when you have a pipeline, so in your pipeline, you have current people that are in the pipeline that have indicated they want to buy or sell in the future. And then you actually have a separate category that says actual signed buyer reps, and you're actually moving people across a line. And the line is make contact, appointment set, right? Appointment met. Under contract means buyer rep or seller listing agreement, and then in escrow and then closed escrow. So we're moving them through this pipeline. So the first initial pipeline is how many people do you currently have in there that say they do want to buy or sell in the near future? Could be 6 months, could be a year. How many people are currently in your pipeline? You can speak up and say it out loud, or you can put it in the chat. One of the two. And I see a lot of people put it in the chat, so I'll read the chat here in a minute.
I've got 4 in the pipeline and one that signed a buyer or a buyer's agreement.
Nice. How many in the pipeline?
4 potentially.
Good. Well, this isn't going to let me paste. Why would it not let me paste? Control P? Nope. Well, that stinks. This totally didn't work out the way I was hoping it would. So, oh, look at you guys are drawing all over my board. Way to go. I was trying to see if I can paste something in here, and it's not letting me. Are you guys all writing on my board right now? Look at you, awesome people. So that's not working.
Oh,
I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to get rid of this whiteboard for a second, and I'm going to do something a little bit different because that didn't quite work out the way I was hoping it would. So what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to paste something in here into the screen. So give me 1 second. There we go. And now I'm going to share my screen instead. So I was hoping to do it on the whiteboard, just a little bit easier for you guys to be able to see it. But, and I'm going to toggle these out real quick. So number 1, let's see, number 2, number 3, oops, 3, there we go, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Now let's read in here real quick before I start to talk about that. I want to hear. So, Beline, you have 2 buyer rep agreements signed. How about people in your pipeline? How many you got there that
Sean, it's Berlin,
Beline,
but
sorry
yeah,
about
I have about 10. So all open houses that I'm working with, I've
Perfect.
reached out. They're a couple months down the road. That's what they keep telling me. So
Yeah.
it's just touches
Yeah. So Beline, you've got about how many total?
10.
About 10.
Mhm.
These are open houses you've been doing. There's
Mhm.
different contacts, keeping in touch with them. They've said they want to buy eventually. So you got 10 in the pipeline. What do we call that? Bread on the shelves, right? If you owned a grocery store, it's coming soon and you're going to sell it eventually, but you haven't sold it yet. So it's bread on the shelves. And we keep adding more inventory to what we do. Our sales is real estate sales, and we add inventory. And inventory are people that are telling you they're going to buy or sell in the future. So you got about 10 to buyer reps signed. Awesome. How long you been in the business?
When did we start? Chris and Paul? I started with Chris and Paul. So
Like
June,
5 months, beginning of May.
5 months.
June, maybe. Yeah.
Excellent. That's great. So you see how it's starting to work and the wheel's starting to turn a little bit, still stuck in the little mud, but and you just keep feeding that. So 10's a great number. I'm looking for 20 to 30.
Okay.
Right? And think about that. Because think about it. If you got 10, so 10's great number. Okay. So out of 10, if you have, so 2 out of 10. Okay. So how many do you need to reach your goals this year? That's when you start breaking it down. So you got 2 that are ready to go, signed agency agreements out of 10. If I had 20, I'd have 4. All right.
Okay.
If I had 30, and on and on and on. So the goal is that you're starting to see the ratio, almost an 80-20 ratio for the most part, of the amount of people that you're talking to or that saying they want to buy that actually turn into a signed listing agreement or buyer agency agreement. Great work. I love it. That's a good one.
You.
Chris, you got 8 and 3 sellers. Are they on the market? The sellers? That's for Chris.
Hold on. Sorry. One is on the market. One will be on the market shortly, and then one is probably 6 to 9 months out.
6 to 9 months out. Okay, great. So that's good numbers too. So how about an actual pipeline of people coming soon? So is that it, or is that
Those are my sellers.
so that's 11. So that's 11 total in the pipeline. Is that right?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, good. So, and as you can see, as we increase the numbers, and what do we got to do to increase those numbers? We're going to go over that in a second. Oh, there it is. Yours right there. Got it. Okay. 4 sellers, 1 buyer, and current SOI, that's Tony, so there's 5. And then, but we're not gonna talk how many he has under contract, because that wheel's turning with Tony. He's been doing this long enough that now he's just feeding the pipeline and closing deals, feeding the pipeline, closing deals. So after a while, those 10 are gonna start getting smaller because you're gonna start closing them out, but we gotta keep feeding the pipeline. Otherwise, eventually you'll be down to maybe 1 or 2 in the pipeline, and that's the roller coaster of real estate that we don't want. So feed the pipeline, keep it full, start closing deals under there, and keep filling the pipeline up more and more. Monica, buyers, 24 future. Awesome, Monica. That's a big number. I love it. Been in the business a while. 5 current sellers, 5 current signed buyer agency agreements. So 10 signed contracts, 24 total future. Way to go. Love that. Great numbers, Monica.
Thank you.
Half a dozen is Teddy. So you got a half a dozen. So say 6 or 7, something like that. Current in the pipeline, and 1 that you just put under contract, or yeah, under contract. So that wheel's turning for you, Teddy. Great work. West Hensley, you got 4. So you got 5 total, 4 buyers, 2 sellers. And I know you just put 1, or you said you have 3 under contract?
Yeah, I have 3 under contract right now.
That wheel's turning for Wes. He's been doing this now 3 years, I think it is.
Almost. December will be 3.
December will be 3 years. So it's the wheels turning, he's closing deals, and he's got the pipeline he's filling up each week. Stacy, you got 4 sellers, 4 buyers, you got 8 total. I know you have some on the contract that are going to start to, or under contract or on the market, that hopefully we'll start to close those out, although every one of Stacy's seems to be giving her headaches. Right, Stacy? She's learning because she's getting fun deals.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything normal.
You get a really easy one. You need that. That's so good. You need it, right? Billy Garcia's got 5, but he also has escrows going and listings that he's working. So 4, he's got 5. So that pipeline's turning, the wheels turning. Karen Brown, 20 to 30. Well, that's a big difference between 20 and 30. Come on, girl. Knowing your numbers, right? So 20 to 30 is big numbers. I'm actually actively talking to. Okay, so
I was trying to add them all up. Some of them are kind of newer, don't know if they'll
that's okay.
end up buying or not because they're still talking to lenders, but they're in there. But there's probably about 10 that are said they're working with me, have talked to a lender, you know what I mean? And so hopefully, fingers crossed, they end up buying something in the next year. You know how that goes.
That's why they keep in the numbers, because some of them will fall off.
Yeah.
That's why we keep the numbers elevated, because a lot, especially this last 2 years, have been so difficult. A lot fell off. A lot just sat on the fence. But if we didn't keep in touch with them, now that the interest rates are going down a little bit, Federal Reserve Board's meeting this week, we'll find out what's going to happen. But projection is somewhere around 50 basis points or 25 basis points, quarter interest rate, or half a point, quarter point or half a point. So we don't know what they're going to do, but we'll find out. And when that happens, then that could get a lot of these buyers that, if we didn't do a good job keeping in touch with them, plugging them into some sort of follow-up plan or automation, and then an occasional phone call or text message to keep up with them. I got one I've been working on for over a year, and I have them pinned on my cell phone. I love how you can pin things on an iPhone. And I reached out to him last week and gave him a little update on the interest rate, and he just gives me thumbs up. But that's good, right? We're communicating. I'll take the thumbs up, then he knows, and we're talking, and we're going back and forth. So now, how do we keep that thing filled each and every week, each and every day, working this job we're working? Well, here's 7 of them. Google local service ads, we've talked about that. Now, those are pretty low-hanging fruit, because those are people that are going to call you, but you are spending money on it. Having a budget of anywhere between $100 a month to $500 a month to whatever it is you want to do a month, it could be costing quite a bit. But these are typically, a lot of times, they're listing calls, because the Google local services is not like your normal Google ads where you're maybe marketing around buyers or something like that, and you're getting these calls from buyers. Monica gets I get a lot of rental calls, and they just go straight over to Monica from here. My ISA Hugo will just kick them over to Monica, but those are paid ads that are getting kicked over there that could turn into something in the future. And so these are typically people that are searching a realtor in Visalia, California, realtor in Boise, Idaho. They're specifically searching for something specific, and the Google local service pops up. It's not in every area. There's some areas that they struggle, that the Google local services, especially like up in Mexico, down in Mexico, Canada, different ones. Sometimes you can't get Google local services, but most of the US you can. And this is like a really good hot lead, but it is going to cost you some money. Referral sites. These are websites. So they have Fast Experts, Homelight, all these different ones that you can get a referral. Flex, which is Zillow's sister thing they do called Flex. Although they haven't been doing Flex as much anymore, you have to actually pay for leads through there now. But these referral sites, you can get on all these different referral sites, Homelight, Upnest, all the, there's so many different referral sites you can get on there. Now you do have to pay them a fat referral, right? And I hate that, but I've got a bunch of lead sources we have. But guess what? Each one of those is feeding your budget. Karen Brown kills it on a lot of Homes of Idaho leads, but each one of those, a lot of those, she can say out loud, I've now turned them over and sold them another home, and I didn't have to pay a referral off of that, or I didn't have to pay Homes of Idaho or the brokerage or the team anything off of that, because now I've sold them another home or I've sold their home. So so those types of leads, those referral sites aren't bad. Don't just turn them off. They're good. Open houses. Several of you talked about that, about talking about open houses this weekend. It's a big one. Yeah, you might sit in an open house and might not get very many people show up, but then when you do, you're feeding that pipeline. More people, more people, more people. So the open houses are great, but are you just doing that, or are you door knocking? Vilene on our team, she went and door knocked some the other day. She's not on the call right now. I don't see her on here. But she went and door knocked around an open house. She hadn't done an open house in a while, and she actually potentially picked up a seller off of door knocking. So if you're not actually getting in the neighborhoods and using the open house as an excuse, you're not going to feed that. The goal is to meet another potential person. You might get one person show up, you might get none. You might get 50. You never know. I've had that. We've had that. Maybe I've had 30. I haven't quite gotten 50 into an open house yet, but I've gotten up in the 30s. And my goodness, think about how many people I added into the pipeline off of 30. So we had a whole team in there, and we were, letting people lead person in at one, and now each team member is getting a potential lead off of it. So that's a big one. Open houses are what you make of it. If you just throw a sign out front and post it online and hope someone shows up, that's not going to be a very profitable open house for you. But if you're door knocking the neighborhood, you're sending out flyers, your phone call dialing your SOI, inviting people to there, that's now feeding that pipeline. That's the goal behind it, feed the pipeline. Open houses are huge. Online reviews, positive reviews on Google platforms, Zillow platforms, Yelp. Do you have your Zillow set up? I'm sorry, yeah, your Zillow professional set up. Do you have your Realtor.com professional site set up? If you don't, that's something you need to be doing, is get those professional sites set up, because you can get reviews on all these different sites. Now, asking for a review is an opportunity to have another conversation with your SOI. Big time. Monica got a review this last week. I celebrated her on our Google website, our Google brokerage platform. She got a review on there. So I sent it to her and said, congratulations, Monica, way to go. Listing inquiries. If you don't have any listings, this is kind of hard. How do you get listings? You go get them. Listings don't just come to you unless you're doing Google ads. You could get listings off of that, but typically you got to go out and meet people, get to know them, show them your type of business, and you could have no experience, but you just go do an open house and you go door knock all the for sale by owners and expireds and say, hey, I'm doing an open house over here. Just wanted to see if you'd come visit me. I want you to see how hard I work for people. Eventually, those for sale by owners and expireds are going to start listing with you. Billy Garcia's on here. He dials a certain amount of expireds per week, and he picks up listings all the time off of it. It's a great way to pick up listings now. And then you use those listings by actively promoting those listings to generate more inquiries online from buyers, turns into listing magnets. turns into lead magnets, and there's so much you can do when you have a listing. If you don't have any listings yet, use someone else's listing and promote that, but you got to ask their permission. But definitely most everyone will say, yeah, I need a buyer, promote it. Email ask. So sending out emails to different people and asking, calls to actions, home value. We were talking the other day about the annual property analysis. Very important. And here's some other ones. A lot of you have seen this before because this was something that I do a once a year business planning clinic. That's going to be coming up here probably the end of October, beginning of November. I usually do a business planning clinic each year. It's about an hour long where we literally get everything down and we set up our 135 form for next year. But here's a bunch of other activities that you could be doing. Door knocking. SOI, that's everyone you know by name. Oh, are you kidding me? Is this going to make me log in again right now? Oh, it is. I'm sorry, guys. Boy, when you're live on a call and everything does this fun stuff, this stinks. Okay, here we go. Open houses, for sale by owners, expireds, huge ways to get listings now. Social media marketing, video marketing, big time, guys. Get in front of that camera or just take a picture and post it on, hey, did you know this? Did you know the market is doing this right now? And you're just showing a picture of yourself. Or if you're showing a house, and then you market that saying, hey, did you guys know that the interest rates are going down right now? I mean, right now is a great time to do a lot of video marketing and social media marketing. Instant messaging, are you direct messaging people that are friends on social media? You should be doing a number of those a day, and that way you can keep filling that pipeline up. Phone calls, can't get away from it. Foreclosure properties. Have you gone out there and actually promoted to pre-foreclosures on Zillow? Do you know those people may have to sell? Are you promoting to them? Are you door knocking them? Are you getting to know them? Pre-foreclosures on Zillow are important. Luxury properties. How do you go after luxury properties? Do you know a lot of those luxury properties don't get door knocked? It's not that they don't want to get door knocked. They're okay with it. Some of them aren't. Some of them are. Just like just like any other average median sales price property, the luxury properties, a little higher end properties, don't get door knocked as much. And if you're going to send out flyers, typically you send out really high-end luxury looking flyers to show them, the type of print material that you do. But luxury properties, go try door knocking those. They don't get door knocked much. That's a great way to get a higher volume of your gross income, your GCI, is by selling more luxury properties. It's a great place to door knock is luxury properties. Farming. Do you have your farms in place? Every realtor has to have farms. I have 2 in California, Paseo del Lago, and one over off of Nelder Grove area that I farm. And then I have one right here up the street. Actually, I have 2. I farm Spurwing quite often, and I farm one over here, Cirrus Point in Caldwell, Idaho. You all should have farms going. If you don't have farms going right now, why are you not why are you not doing that? That's a big one, farming. Online leads, paying for leads. If you want to pay for some online leads, that's Zillow, Realtor.com, all these different places you can pay for leads if you want to pay for leads. Direct mail marketing. That's a good one. Pop buys, where you just kind of stop by your people and say, hey, I happen to be in the neighborhood. Just thought I'd stop by and say, hi, how you guys been? Oh yeah, no, what have you been doing? Oh, I'm out just kind of door knocking different properties around the neighborhood on an open house I'm going to do this weekend. Will you guys come? Whatever it is. Some people pop by and bring a gift. Hey, I just happen to be in the area and I have this, been wanting to give this to you. And it's a coffee cup branded with your logo on it. I don't know, whatever you want to do, but pop buys are big. Events. Do you have a certain number of events you're doing a year? You can piggyback on other people's events. You get on the commerce websites, you get on the city websites, county websites, look for upcoming events and see if you can promote those. Call them, say, hey, I'd like to promote it. Can I promote it on my website? They're all going to say, yeah, please do. Now you're promoting events, or you can actually go set up a pop-up tent. Put flyers, put stuff out on the counter and do an event. Commercial property. Commercial property is higher in sales typically. A lot of them sometimes take a little while longer to sell, but commercial agents are usually higher dollar value agents because commercial land is so expensive. Handwritten notes. Wes Hensley is on here. He took that to heart when he first started his business and he killed it. Did really well. Distressed properties, potential short sales. Annual property analysis to everyone you know that owns a property. Texting people you know and just checking in, or texting people you don't know, and just checking in. Email marketing, agriculture, ag properties. Holy mackerel, that's a really good one. Business to business relationships, B2B, going out there, meeting attorneys and a dentist office. You know, doesn't matter what it is. Gyms are really good to do business to business relationships with. Put their gym in your buyer packet. Have them give you a flyer to put in your buyer packet, but say, hey, can I also put some cards at your front desk? We'll do a little, promote each other's business. Heck yeah, they'll do that for you. So guys, there's so many ways to feed that pipeline. I just gave you a ton. Are you doing even a quarter of them? Are you doing half of these? Or are you doing all of them? I mean, you have so much time this week to be working, and you have so many of these different things you can be doing. So I hope I gave you a ton of stuff to fill your pipeline this week. Any questions? Nope. You're like, man, that was a lot of content, right? That was way too much. It probably was, but just know there's a lot of ways to reach out to people. You just got to take a little time each day. You ready to go? All right, let's go get it.
Thanks, Sean.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sean.